What's going on, guys? Patrick here, bringing you a brand new video. Today we've got another killer video for you guys full of information. Today we're going to be talking about Bitmex crashing XRP 56%. We're also going to be talking about Iota shutting down, as well as tons of other news that went on in the cryptocurrency space. But guys, before we get started with that, as always, if you guys are interested in making money trading cryptocurrencies, make sure you check out the first link in the description or the first link in the comments for the cryptocurrency trade alert group. I post every single one of the trades that brought me to a six-figure portfolio in the group. So if you're a complete beginner, if you don't have time to do technical analysis, or you don't know how to do technical analysis, you can copy my exact trade. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to set up, and after that, profits are taken automatically for you. So it becomes very, very passive. We have altcoin trades, we have leverage trades, and we have the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space, full of people ready and able to answer your questions 24/7. We also still have a few limited amount of coupon codes for the holiday sale, which gives you 80% off, 80% off for your first month. So it's only $10. If you guys are interested in that, again, first link down below. And also, if you have any questions and you want to send me a message, I left a link to my Telegram as well, so you can come through and ask any questions regarding whatever it is that you want. Just recently, we had a Bitcoin trade, obviously on Bitmex or Bybit, depending on what you were using, where we were able to catch a drop last night, and we were able to secure a profit on the long on the way up. And Ethereum, very similarly, on the 13th, early in the morning, we caught a short from this last green candle, this last green hourly candle, before it dropped and hit all of our targets very, very fast. So again, if you guys are interested in that, let's check that out. Now we're going to jump into some technical analysis. We're going to be talking about Bitmex and XRP because we have a lot to cover now. Now, I did hide the indicators because there were a few things I wanted to focus on. Now, I'm recording this relatively early. I'm going to try and post it early too, but I'm going to be gone this weekend. I leave very, very soon. So I want to get this video out and cover all the important information for you guys. In terms of the hourly, what we're seeing right now, again, very indecisive with the EMA ribbon. We are seeing it get tighter and tighter. So I want to wait and see how exactly that's going to react, how the price is going to react with that, because so far we've been able to secure a lot of profits along the way and correctly predict where Bitcoin is headed and keep an eye out on that. You guys know I love to use the EMA ribbon to identify trends, and so far that's been working very, very well. The 1 hour, though, like I said, looking a little more difficult to look at. However, the 4 hour already gives us a better indication. The 4 hour, if we go here, you guys can tell the 4 hour we are still above the EMA ribbon. We are seeing it act as support, and potentially even all the way down here we could see support. Now, we previously talked about in the last video the potential of us coming back to touch the EMA ribbon a little more. We are indeed seeing that happen. Again, it acting as support, and as long as we stay above it, then the 4 hourly remains bullish, and it's been bullish since the end of January this year. Now, the daily's been bullish since the beginning of January this year. This is something else we've been looking at for a very long time. Ever since the 6th of January, we broke above the EMA ribbon. We saw the EMA ribbon flip, and from there, we've been trading above. Still some room, I think, to either trade sideways to allow the EMA ribbon to catch up, or drop down in order to allow us to touch the EMA ribbon, because usually we don't have that big gap. But I covered most of that in last video. I did want to just highlight a little bit as to what's going on. Not much change in the daily and the 4 hour, but the 1 hour looks a lot different, with not much decision on if we are going to stay above or below the EMA ribbon. So I am waiting for confirmation on that. Again, if you were in the trailer group, we were able to secure a long with Bybit or Bitmex, depending on what you're using, a Bitcoin long, and that's been working out very, very well for us. So again, we've hit targets, we've moved our stop loss, so everything is pure profit. Now, I wanted to jump in and talk about XRP because something crazy happened, and a lot of people either are not talking about it, or they're probably going to make their videos about it pretty soon because it was pretty recent. This is on the 1 hour candle. This was February 13th, 9 o'clock in the morning. So some time has already passed for this. But if you look at what happened, XRP basically dumped 56% all the way down to 13 cents. This is the new XRP USD contract on Bitmex. You remember we announced it. XRP USD is now on Bitmex. It used to be just XRP BTC. Now it's XRP USD. And shortly after it was launched on the 4th of February, we saw this huge thing happen. Now, I've seen people tweet about this, and I've gotten a lot of message about this. Thankfully, we were not in a position here. If you were in a short, then maybe you were able to do well. But most people, especially looking at the overall trend, I would not have been in a short at around this time, right? So a lot of people ended up happening was they were leveraged to a long XRP USD. Now, again, I saw tweets about this. I got messages about this where people had, let's say they set their stop loss somewhere around here, right? This is where they set their stop loss. Well, Bitmex didn't trigger their stop loss. This happened so fast. If you zoom into the 1 minute candle, you'll see it was a 1 minute candle drop. It didn't trigger their stop loss, but it triggered their liquidation, right? So people lost their whole Bitmex account. Some people lost their whole Bitmex account. Other people lost way more than they wanted to lose because they set their stop loss in the right place and they were not, but the stop loss did not trigger. And that's why so many people are moving over to platforms like Bybit. Now I have a link to Bybit in the description. I also have a link to Bitmex. I use both. I have an account on both. But again, the more these things happen, the more even I am leaning to moving over to Bybit. And Bybit, again, I have an account on there. I trade on there, but Bitmex has been where I started, and obviously I have an attachment there as well. But this again proves more and more that it's time for maybe we start looking at other platforms, because not only was that crazy, but when asked if they were going to do anything about it, Bitmex said no. Bitmex was just like, yeah, no, we're not going to give refunds. We just took your money because of a huge wick. Again, we ignored your stop loss. Sorry. That's pretty much the words that came out of Bitmex's mouth, which obviously sucks for everybody that was involved in that trade, and why so many people are again looking at other platforms, looking to move on to Bybit, for example, which is, I think, the #1 candidate right now to take over the spot. Bitmex is still bigger, but Bybit's definitely looking like it wants to take that spot. Again, if you're interested in that, link down below in the description. Be careful, it is risky. If you know what you're doing, it can be very, very profitable. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be very, very risky. Now, one more thing I wanted to point out about this XRP is if you go to the XRP USD on, if you go to it on Bitfinex, you'll notice that it was really only Bitmex that had this problem. Over here, you see there was no problem. The candles around here, February 13th, it was 9 o'clock in the morning. That would be this candle over here. There was no problem in this range. You see, there was no drop to 13 cents. Everything has been normal on every other exchange. It was simply Bitmex that had a problem. Now, enough about that. Looking at the overall market cap, we have a 0% move for Bitcoin. Not every day that we see this happen. We're still above 300 billion, but with Bitcoin obviously trading sideways the last few hours, especially the last day, we're not seeing much change in terms of altcoins. We see pretty even split. Biggest gainer is Bitcoin, Steam, SIA, Kyber Network, all up double digits, with Bitcoin up 67%. But if you scroll down really quickly, we see there's a little more green than red, but a lot of very small gains. Hedera Hashgraph is down the most, down 20%. Chills down 12%, Komodo down 5%, and so on and so on. But again, not much of a decision on the direction given Bitcoin is trading sideways. Now, news came out from Iota. They actually apparently are shutting down, or at least it looks like they're shutting down as of right now. They tweeted, currently Iota is working with law enforcement and cybersecurity experts to investigate a coordinated attack resulting in stolen funds. To protect users, we have paused the coordinator and advised users not to open Trinity until further notice. Again, it shows a lot of altcoins are obviously more centralized and they're not as decentralized as some of the favorites. Again, why a lot of people stick with Bitcoin. Altcoins can be very profitable if you know what you're doing, but in order to find the right altcoin to actually long-term invest in, it takes a lot of research. Make sure you know what you're looking for, you stick to that, and you find projects that fit that exact criteria. Hopefully this doesn't result to anything, a big loss for many people. But again, it is not looking good for Iota. And I want to again update you guys on everything that's going on, even if it is bad news. But let me know your guys' thoughts on that in the comments down below. Crazy news that came out from Iota. Did not expect that whatsoever when I saw the headlines coming through. But again, if you're going to do something for the long term, make sure it sticks to everything and make sure it fits every criteria that you set that you are into. If you're interested in decentralized and you don't want centralized, then do not jump into something that is centralized and is not decentralized. Make sure you do your own research in that. But ending off, I want to talk about EBO. So EBO gives back full custody to traders with its open finance ecosystem. This is actually available on the App Store right now. They launched their mobile app. Now this is specifically, we know that not a lot of people actually get crypto. A report that was done found that only 10% of people actually get crypto. And so the takeaway is very clear. Despite years of tremendous and prolific growth, cryptocurrencies and their accompanying finance ecosystem remain difficult to use and complicated for too many people. I'm sure you guys know that. You guys probably have friends and family you've tried to explain what this is, how it works to. Maybe even yourself, you don't understand it 100%, but they really don't understand it. And it's very, difficult to explain. So at the same time, there is huge growth and demand for digital products. We're seeing everything move to the online space. E-commerce has taken off, obviously, with the likes of Amazon hitting $1 trillion market cap. All that happening, we are seeing things move online and becoming more digital, and therefore Bitcoin and Ethereum have become household names. Now, what EBO is trying to do, they're offering a simple, safe, and secure crypto storage that's perfect fit for those who don't get crypto, but also those who are well diverse in it as well. This is available on the App Store. It's an EBO Ethereum crypto wallet, and it offers users unprecedented control of their digital assets while serving as a one-stop shop for people's crypto needs. They allow you to buy, they allow you to sell, they allow you to store everything on there. Now, again, before you move into anything and use any specific wallet, make sure you're doing your own research. Make sure you know what exactly you're getting into and that this is the one that you want to stick with for the long term. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that research. But the fact that it is on the App Store, and again, it's coming out and trying to bridge the gap between people who actually get it and people who don't get it, obviously just trying to jump into it, but it's too difficult for them to jump into it, so they give up. They're trying to, of course, bridge that gap and make it easier for more and more adoption to come in. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below letting me know if you have any questions or what you think overall of all of this situation, the XRP thing, the Iota thing. Let me know in the comments down below. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on Monday for another video.